Hello friends, today I will discuss the capacitive sensor. In this topic I will cover the necessity, construction, principle of operation and applications. Necessity: it is a non-contact external robot proximity sensor. It is necessary to know the metal or non-metal approaching the sensor or not, so that certain contact is closed or open based on the application. Construction: it consists of the two copper electrodes at the side walls of the capacitive sensor, and that is connected to the supply, and dielectric plate at the bottom of the sensor is also there. An external metal or non-metal which comes near to the top of the sensor will form the other plate to form the capacitor, and it also have the oscillator and also will have the detector connected and also output voltage. And this is the diagram of the capacitive sensor, and this is the copper electrode. The other side also copper electrode will be there, and this is the adhesive copper, and this is overlay, this is decal, and the bottom there is a dielectric electrode, dielectric plate like this. This is the at the bottom of this capacitive sensor there is a plate. This plate is dielectric plate, and this is the electrode 1, this is electrode 2, made of copper and connected to the DC supply, a supply. And this is the practical capacitive sensor. And its principle depends on the formula called the Q is equal to CV. Q is the charge accumulation in the capacitance, and V is the voltage applied across the electrodes of the capacitance, and C is the capacitance value. So when the external plate or the target object treated as second plate and bring near to the top of the sensor, then it forms a capacitor, and so that the charges increases or charges accumulation increases due to the electrostatic field around the sensing surface. Once the charge increases automatically as per the formula Q is equal to C into V, if the voltage is constant, when the Q increases, that is charge increases, the capacitance increases. Once the capacitance value increases beyond certain value, then there is change in magnitude of the oscillator frequency, and that will be converted into output voltage, which is beyond the normal value. That indicates the presence of the object coming near to the capacitive sensor. And applications of this capacitive sensor, nothing but touch screens for phones and tablets. Similarly, industrial automation for fault detection and level monitoring, and also in mechanical devices also it is used for pressure sensing, imaging, and also it is used for measuring the humidity and also to detect non-conductors and monitor the thickness of the materials. So let me summarize the capacitive sensor. The capacitive sensor will have the two electrodes on the side walls of the capacitive sensor. At the bottom there is a dielectric plate, and there is an external metal or plate which will come near to the top of the sensor. So depending upon the position of the external plate, the charge accumulation changes. If the charge accumulation is more, then the capacitance increases due to the constant voltage applied to the electrodes. Once the capacitance increases beyond certain value, the oscillator magnitude changes. Once the oscillator magnitude changes, the detector identifies its value and correspondingly it produces a output voltage which is not normal. So that indicates the presence of the external object coming near to the sensor. And similarly, its applications are in the touch screens of the phones and tablets, and also it is used in the medical devices for measuring pressure, sensing and imaging, etc.